when I was a little girl, I used to walk along Waterloo Road to meet him, and his lips, their lips always used to show very, very red, and the face very black. And he would have his cap on still with his carbide light in it, and come home in his very dirty clothes, as I say. And then Mum used to have to do all the washing, of course, that led to as well. But I think also of our neighbour who had 6 or 7 sons in the mine, and she had that coming home every day to see to. How she managed, I don't know. No conveniences at all.
The first house that I can remember, we didn't have electricity, water, toilets, bathroom. We didn't have any of that. We had a communal tap outside and a toilet up the garden. A little shed where you went in and Dad would empty the bucket every so often. We had wonderful garden produce.
I think he used to have his dinner first, which was, Mum had everything always ready for him because he was the breadwinner, and you had to look after him, and he always had to have the best of what we could afford. And then he would have his bath in the zinc bath, which was a very small bath. You couldn't get in and sit down. He used to kneel by the bath, like all the miners used to, wash their hands and their bodies and their face, and then get in the bath and kneel in the bath and wash themselves over. And that was all done in front of the kitchen fire. The water had to be heated. There's no means of heating water on the fire, so Mum had kettles and saucepans ready for when he came home from work to do that. And then the bath had to be lifted outside the back door to a drain to be emptied. And that was, and then perhaps he might have a little nap, and then he would go off and do his gardening. I think that was a necessity, because if you didn't grow lots and lots of vegetables, you didn't eat if you didn't have a lot of money. So all the miners we had a very large back garden stretching between Waterloo Road and Waldegrave Terrace above, and that used to be full of vegetables.
Oh no, we didn't know what it was to turn on a tap. But we had the well for drinking water, and they used to let the buckets down, you know. And that was for drinking. We used to keep a bucket specially for drinking and another bucket for washing. And then you get the water for washing from the stream, not to use all the water from the well. So in the summer, when the well would go dry nearly, you know, we used to go all up the hill to a spring, and Dad used to hang the buckets on him, on the wooden yoke across his shoulders, and go up and fill his buckets from the spring. And we kept that for drinking, and then of course for washing clothes and washing ourselves, you would dip it from the stream, and then of course you would boil it in the big kettle on the coal fire.
Each pit, because we had pits working all around us, and therefore inevitably it was there. And many of the children lived in pit cottages. I mean, Hayden is a classic example here. And the children used to come to school with, which they were clean, but in no time at all this was grubby. The ears and around the nose and the corners of the eyes, you know, with coal dust, because that's what it was. They lived with dust.
You were always cleaning, yeah, always. Yes, I mean you could do your windowsills, 3 or 4 times a day for the soots, especially if you had your window open, yeah, or your door, yeah.